Alrighty, there we go. Real this time. Hello, everyone that's gonna hopefully join in and everything in a little bit. Just running out real quick to go get something to eat. Going to run over to Westminster. I'm going to take a little bit of a long route to get there just because 2 out of the 3 ways that I know how to get, that you can get to Westminster from here go through dead zones. So I'm going to go a little out of my way just so I don't have to deal with that. Makes it a longer stream for you guys, for any of the people that do pop in. I'm doing it a little bit differently since I ordered or made my order on my phone. In order, or that way I wouldn't have to stop the stream completely. I'm doing a screen capture, but I have the camera app pulled up. But as a result, I can't really see how many people are tuning in and whatnot. Not too close. It's gonna be a little pink. It was yellow. Didn't change until I made it through. Yeah, I may have set that up, the whole camera thing up wrong because I can't really see I don't see your guys' comments and stuff popping up if there's anyone in here. It usually tells you how many people are watching. So, but just means just chat amongst yourselves and all that. I'll probably fix it when I get up to or get over to Westminster. I'm also kind of curious to see how a midday stream like this goes. Alright, why are you slowing down? It's green. Speed limit doesn't drop until halfway up the hill. now we just entered the little town of Manchester, which is directly to the north of Hampstead, and then I'm going to go technically southwest in a second here. Turn on the 27. Oh, I see someone commented. And it's sideways. It should be sideways because this should be filming in landscape, not portrait. And if it isn't, I do apologize for that. Clearly hit the button that said landscape. So that is good to know that I do see some people's comments pop up. I still hope that it's recording in landscape. If not, oh well. I can go through and later, hopefully. I'll probably get turned into a new video or something like that. I could have turned, oh well. And there we go. Now to head south into Westminster. Yeah, it's not portrait right on your guys' screen. It's going to be popping in sideways like that. Oh well, I screwed up somewhere, so when I get to Westminster, I'll worry about it. What's that? A little bit there. And now we yeah, this is Route 27. It actually goes from here all the way south into, I think, Montgomery County and intersects I-270 at some point. I don't know the exact location, but where it does that. And I think it's Montgomery County. I'm probably wrong on that. Don't really drive this road a whole lot, except between 482 and Westminster. I really don't know why that BMW was riding down the shoulder like that. That's something I've noticed a lot on roads like this, is that people tend to drift and they drive like half on the shoulder and half on the road. I mean, during the daytime it's really not that bad, but at night it can be really dangerous. You can come on top of a car that you won't see until you're right on top of it. Especially out here where there's no street lights. Snydersburg Road. I've actually done a time lapse of that road before. It's a nice little back road. Takes you through takes you up the Cape Horn Road at a little four-way and keeps going and dead ends off, or it ends, I shouldn't say dead ends, but 482. And for some odd reason, once in a while, this is or on maps, I think Google Maps are specifically, sometimes this is considered Hampstead, which I'm sorry, it is not. I would consider this more Westminster before Hampstead. Because that I saw that, the only time I ever saw that was when I was driving for DoorDash. I actually delivered right back there off of Gablehammer, off of Old Manchester, and for whatever reason it tagged this area as Hampstead. I'm like, no, this is not Hampstead. I would consider this more Manchester before I consider this Hampstead. But even then, I would consider this more of the Westminster area. But if you really want to be correct, this is actually technically the unincorporated community of Mexico. No joke, it's actually called Mexico. That's actually what the Route 482. Its name is actually Hampstead, Mexico Road. So I'm curious as to why it got that name, but it's just funny. And I know you guys could read the sign clearly, but there's the sign. And that's Route 482. I normally would have taken that, but instead of this route, but in order to keep the stream from getting all glitched out and wonky because of a dead zone on 482, I took the longer route. I don't mind. My car is also filthy. It sucks. It's supposed to rain. Of course, the days I have off, it's supposed to rain. So my car is covered in pollen right now, and the Crown Vic is covered in bird crap on the trunk, along with pollen. Because I have to park underneath the trees, because that's how our driveway is. But it is what it is. There's a guy in front of him. That's the one thing that, like, the biggest pet peeve I have with this road. I don't know what it is about this road. It is posted 55 between right up here between right here in Westminster all the way up to Manchester. It's 55. And people, for whatever the reason, will do 40 miles an hour the entire time. See, when you come into Westminster, it's 40 miles an hour, but once you leave, it's 55, and it's 55 all the way through up until Manchester, where it drops down to ultimately 30. I think there's a 40 mile an hour in there somewhere, but like, for whatever the reason, people are just like, I'm going to go 40 the entire time on this road. Northbound doesn't have a passing zone. So you can't pass it. Just ran over that. And I see an ambulance, I'm assuming, coming up behind us. I mean, it's way, way, way back there, so probably won't. We'll probably be way past where it's going to turn off, because it's probably going to turn off up here at 140 like they usually do. Crack my window in case of the egg close. It was easily like 2 or 3 miles, but oh no, it's actually getting really close. Still not close enough to pull over for it yet, but it's probably Manchester going to CHC. That was Chick-fil-A yelling at me that I'm getting close. Normally, most people probably would turn right, but they're back there, but then you have to wait at the stupid light at Angler and 140, and that light takes forever. So to me, it's usually easier to just go into town and cut over. Medic's finally getting close, but it's going to turn left. Yep, there it goes. It's turning left. Yeah, that's Manchester. That's weird. I have that on tape. Farmer's market, that's why. Oh, something's going on there. Ooh, they searching the car. Police are searching the car. At least that's what it looked like when I just drove past. Let's see here. There's the one lieutenant. Actually, that might be the sheriff. Yeah, I think that was probably sheriff, actually. Now I'm about to pull into probably one of the worst shopping centers for traffic-wise. Although, because of everything being shut down still for the most part, it's still not that bad, but yeah. For whatever the reason, this parking lot's always having issues. Alright, someone go. Toyota actually has the right of way. And Chevy to my left just took their right of way. This traffic to the right does not have a stop sign. But the three of us do. Picked up many deliveries here for DoorDash. Spaces. Oh, I'll be number one today. Because he was number one. No. If you guys know that reference, let me know. Alright. You guys, the video's going to go away for a second, but it's not. The stream shouldn't stop. And go back over to the camera for y'all. Hey, people got the reference. I'm okay with that. I'm a big SpongeBob fan. Even though I'm 23, I still watch it religiously. At least the old stuff. Nope, don't. This thing, stop, go away. RIP phone. It is lagging out so much right now. There it goes. I need a new one, but it is what it is. There's nothing in that conversation that can't be shared, and the person's name isn't shown. So, I will do this actually. Keep it from popping back up again. Now I wait. I'm waiting. I can read your guys' comments. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. If you guys want to see, that's the current mileage for the Aztec, 262,184 miles. Somehow still going strong. Don't know how. Yeah, it's funny. The other day, I just realized that out of the 4 cars that my family immediately own, all of our cars are over 100,000, and somehow my Crown Victoria, that's a retired police car, is the one that has the least miles. Not by much, but it does. It currently it just hit 111 or 110,000, right? Yeah, 110,000. My mom's BMW thing has like 115 or something like that. My dad's truck has 170. And then this has the 200. So this by far has the most out of all of our cars, but we've definitely gotten our money's worth out of her. And I plan on keep driving this thing until it's dead. So, I think my order's coming.
Who are you picking up for?
Will.
William T?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. That's weird. Usually the app yells at you when they're coming out. Or else I would have put my mask on, but oh well. It is what it is. I'm outside. It's not required outside. Oh, there it goes, telling me that my order's on the way. Great. I think I rolled the stop, but I wouldn't share or save that clip. So now this is the painful part of getting out of this lot. Which, knock on wood, that's the first time or a long time that's happened. Even during the pandemic, usually it's a pain in the butt to try and get out of here. Weird. And I'll take the long way home again. That way, I hopefully don't lose the stream. I'm actually surprised about how smooth it seems to be running, but again, it's a screen share, so it's probably botched and jumpy all on your end. It was the way I had to do it, but by the way, the building to the left is the Westminster Fire Department, and they're actually getting ready to leave, it looks like. Yes, they are. I'm going to stop for them. Just because. Ugh. No one else is behind me. I hear the police. Yep, there they go. So either crash or someone's overdosing. That's usually what happens in this area. It's sad, but it seriously is like that here. And if it's the second option, it's probably up on Pennsylvania Avenue like it usually is. Hopefully it's nothing serious, but I can make it. Oh, they're finally doing work there. As you guys can probably recognize, this is the one intersection that people are always getting stuck at. I'm very familiar with the stuff that goes on in this area too, so I will probably find out. And why did you have to slow down that much? I don't know why you had to slow down that much. So that was a personal mistake. Did not really mean to get close to that person. Oh, I'm human. But it's starting to rain. Turn the headlights on. Roma. Nope, that guy's gonna cut over. Don't know if you guys can see it, but that Acura just cut in front of the truck. And he also did it after the line went solid, so that's a no-no. Because once that white line goes solid, you can't get back over it. Well, you're not supposed to. I mean, obviously a little white line's not gonna stop you. And I would lie if I said I'd never done it, but not in that situation. But this was also one of those few intersections that I'm actually kind of surprised they still haven't put a light in that yet. It's actually fairly busy. There's a lot of sight lines, as you kind of see there. The road comes in at an angle on both sides. But yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised that they haven't put in any type of traffic light there yet. With the amount of crashes and the amount of traffic that's constantly turning in and out of that road, it shocks me. And I think I know the reason why they haven't done it yet is that they don't want people using loop-the-ball as a cut-through, but everyone already uses it as cut-through. Well, I shouldn't say everyone, but a lot of people already do that, and they probably just don't want to put another light in to make it easier for that people to do that. But when something that people are going to do regardless, and the number of crashes that happen there, probably should be. It should probably happen. I'm going to turn that a little bit. Infuriating. Straight again through here. Go back up into Manchester and then back south. I'll probably take the stream and I'll probably end it over at the old train station just because. Maybe if we're lucky, the train will come by super early. Doubt it, because even when it comes early, it doesn't come till like 1, but you never know. And I think it's episode 230. Mama MD and my sister and nephew were up at what was that? Dover Road. They were standing on the bridge on Dover Road, and one of CSX was doing their I forget what it's called, but essentially they're checking the condition of the tracks, see if they need to be repaired, what needs to be repaired, whether or not they're stable or not. And so it was just this one CSX locomotive and 2 passenger cars, but the passenger cars are full of all types of equipment and stuff. And the engineer actually saw my Mama MD and my sister up on the bridge, and they did the shaving the haircut as they went past, which was awesome. I'm sad I missed it, but Mama MD gave it to me gave me the video clip to put in, so that's what I did. Yeah, this is the stretch of 27 that's dangerous in the aspect that you can go faster and not realize that you're going faster until you look down the speedometer, because it's relatively flat and straight here. And then up ahead when you get into Manchester, it is a speed trap. I'm not going to try and see out there. The speed limit just drops from 55 down to 30, even though it really doesn't need to drop down all the way to 30. They probably could get away with just keeping it at 40 or 45, because it's still got the big wide shoulders like this, and it goes like that all the way up until the It is what it is. It's starting to rain a little bit more now. It's spinning, I shouldn't say. It's not even really raining. And these people don't need their headlights on just yet. Because you only need your wipers or your headlights on when your wipers are on. Until they turn on their wipers, they technically don't need it. Anyway, up here is where the speed drops suddenly. Let's see. Hopefully I didn't already pass where it dropped. I don't think it drops until up here. But it's like 55 all the way up here, and then it drops down to like 40 or 45, something like that. Or does it drop all the way down to 30? No, it might actually drop just straight down to 30, actually. Okay, no, it drops down to 40 first. So it drops down to 40 first for like this little stretch, and then right as you get closer to the light, it drops down to 30. Which, there's like, to me anyway, and I'm, not the engineer, I'm not traffic manager or anything like that, so to the untrained eye, there's no reason why this should be 30 miles an hour. It should stay 40 all the way until you get to this light. So that's just me. Here's the nope. Let's see. You're going straight. And now we're back in Manchester, heading back south. I could have made it. That guy's gonna get right on my bumper, so I can't back up. Cool. Hopefully, a truck doesn't come by. I'm assuming Westminster Street was probably the original alignment for Route 27. Probably. I mean, who knows if it really... Well, people that were around back then probably would know, but nowadays people probably don't know. Although this might be interesting to some of you, Route 140 and Route 97 actually changed alignments back in the day. Back in the 70s, I think it was, Route 140 it wasn't Maryland 140, it was actually U.S. Route 140, and it went through Westminster and then went due north into Gettysburg. Well, for whatever the reason, they decided to drop the US 140 route number or designation. When they dropped the US route designation, they changed it over to Maryland Route 140, and then they changed 140's alignment to go from Westminster to Gettysburg to Westminster to Taneytown and passed. And Route 97 was originally Westminster to Taneytown, and that changed over to Gettysburg. So it was, for whatever the reason, they decided to do that instead of just keep the old routes. But I would have just kept it the same route number. I think that would have made the most sense. And, you know, it may not be US 140 anymore, but it's still Route 140. So anyone that may have not been through there in a long time would still recognize that, hey, this is still Route 140. But they'll end up in Tawnytown first and then go, oh crap, we need to go to Gettysburg and take a different route in. I don't know why I got this one. Man. This guy. Another thing that I don't think a lot of people seem to realize too is that you are actually supposed to signal in traffic circles. Like what I did to get through that once I signaled left, went through it, once I passed the first exit, I turned my right turn signal on to indicate that I want to the exit, the next exit. But you turn on your left turn signal because then traffic pulling into the circle realize that, hey, he wants to come this way instead of he's getting onto the bypass or whatever. But yeah. And just because I started thinking about it, SoCal asked me a question in the last stream about that mopeds need to be registered in Maryland, and yes, they actually do. In Maryland, both motor scooters and mopeds, which I know in some states are considered the same thing, but here they're different. Mopeds they have to have pedals on them, and motor scooters are essentially any scooter or two-wheeled vehicle that has a engine, I think it's like 48 cc's and smaller or something like that. But anywho, both of those need to be registered in Maryland. Now, you don't get a typical registration plate like a motorcycle would get. You get this little sticker that you have to put on the rear of the vehicle that essentially shows that you paid the fees that you need to pay. Because you're still putting it on the road, so it's still fair that you have to pay some sort of fee to help pay for the maintenance of the roads and stuff. But and you also in Maryland, for both of those, both mopeds and scooters, you have to have a driver's license. Mopeds, if you're over the age of 16, you can get a moped operator's permit, which essentially allows you to drive it like if you had a driver's license without getting a driver's license. But you would either need to have that operator's permit or driver's license, and you also have to get liability insurance for both of those. That way, if you were to get into some sort of crash or whatever, you're still covered, because in those cases, that insurance isn't covering you, it's covering the other people. I mean, in a way, it's covering you, but if if I rear-ended that car ahead of me, liability insurance would cover the damage done to their car. It won't cover mine, but it covers theirs so they can get their car fixed. Oh wow, my battery's starting to go out. That doesn't surprise me. So, I guess that means I should probably end the stream. Do it now when I'm stuck in traffic. Because that will probably drop because it was at 75%. So if it's eating up the battery that quick, it's probably time to shut it off. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. The people that did join in, and hopefully the last few minutes there were a little bit informative for anyone that's like looking at getting a moped or motor scooter or anything like that, and what the requirements for those are. And by golly, go to MVA's website. They have all the information that you need there. It's search for it. But all right, peace out.